Holy cow, Ray's a dragon, everyone! Who would have seen that coming?
Seems about right for the late game.
Indeed. So, fortunately, all you need to do is do exactly 256 damage to this guy, and one of Ryu's whelp spells will do exactly that amount at full AP. So, actually, this is a fairly simple fight, and even if you didn't have that, he only attacks Ryu, and his attack isn't even that strong, so the only thing you gotta watch out for is that your HP is full on the turn after he exceeds the damage cap, because Ether Storm is pretty strong. It's just immediately after that, you get Kaiser Dragon, which is why we wanted Ryu to outspeed Ray.
It's a very nice transformation. I enjoy that.
Indeed, and 999 damage. Without any AP, although that's just for this fight. In the next fight, you need full AP for it to be full power.
Right.
Alright, so, anyways, now that Ray is out of the way and is coming to the light, our next task is to rescue Rand's mother, Daisy.
It's exciting enough.
So here's my question. Why did he bring out his dragon form in the Well of Capitan?
That is a very good question.
Indeed. Well, I mean, I guess the answer was he didn't want anyone finding out about his true nature, but, you know, people were sort of in danger.
Yeah.
Anyways, make sure you have the life armor on for Ryu. There is one specific encounter that can kill you in one turn at this point if you're really unlucky, which is this one. And they do it by having your defense, but if you have the life armor on, it will negate status effects like that entirely. See, every single one of these guys are gonna target him with it, and not a one of them is gonna succeed at it.
Right.
Oh, and don't bother redoing Sten's Genie fusion. I mean, you could, but it'd be kind of a trip, and you don't need him for this dungeon. Ryu's Kaiser Dragon form is more than enough at this point. Cause see, this is it going to town with less than half AP. And even then, it's still enough.
So can he just use that whenever he wants now?
Yep.
Right. Well, it seems a little broken.
Yeah, you know, it's as I said, Breath of Fire 2 is just a game that gets easier and easier as you go along. At this point, it doesn't even matter that we skipped the Tier 2 dragon forms. This is better than them anyway, even if it does have a slower animation. Also, these Dark Crusaders have a lot more HP than the other guys, so if you fight them, have one of the faster guys use another Wisdom Seed on Ryu so that he's 40 AP. That'll ratchet up the damage to that.
Right.
And from there, I'm just gonna start editing out the rest of the church battles, because that is literally the strat for all of them. I mean, what's the point?
Pretty much. Looks like something interesting is finally gonna happen.
Indeed. And also, Villain is finally smart enough to not take us on in a straight-up fight. No, he's gonna make us run through a gauntlet of deadly traps first before we do so.
Didn't seem very deadly.
There's more. Also, you need Rand in your party to break down walls like that. If you come to that wall without him in your party, you'd have to backtrack all the way, so be sure that he's in the party.
Sounds simple enough.
Indeed. Also, every time you go through a new stack of wisdom seeds, I'm gonna swap them up to the top just for time's sake. It's also why I bought so many in the last episode, because, you know, you do have to use 1 to 2 wisdom seeds after every encounter. That's really the only drawback to Kaiser Dragon.
Right.
It is also at about this time that we probably should have just been content with grabbing Daisy and running. 'Cause now we're in this pickle.
I mean, he was smashed between the walls and he survived, so...
Well, yeah, but this guy is like 9 feet tall and is probably like 1,000 pounds of sheer muscle. Which is also the reason why we're not doing more to help him, because there's really nothing we could. He really is that much stronger than us if you look at the official artwork.
I mean, could we not try to drop like a brick in the middle? But I guess it would be smashed, but...
It probably would. But yeah, those are the traps that I was talking about. Also, pay attention to this next text box. Look at it very carefully. Keep looking at it even after you've read it. Careful. Careful. Wha-bam! Daisy is behind it somehow. Yeah, what the heck?
I guess she just... she knows how to teleport.
Indeed.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Well, I think you know where this cutscene is going, Skyzo.
Is she gonna sacrifice herself for him?
Yes. Yes, she is. Man, people are gonna be dropping like flies this episode, huh?
I would imagine.
But yeah, it's kind of funny that like this is actually exactly why Tigga sacrificed himself. He told us that it was probably a trap, which is why he opposed Habalk all by himself and got wasted for his troubles. Now we're chasing after him and kind of proving Tigga's point. Because here we are falling into all those traps.
What a strange, unceremonious death.
Well, it had dramatic music. I'd say that was ceremonious.
Well, I meant the way that she was just squished by a trap.
Well, a more ceremonious display would be a lot bloodier, so I'm okay with that.
It's a fair point.
Also, that Blast Fist, it's not only a strong weapon for Rand, but it casts the Sea Moon spell every time you use it, about 20 to 30 damage? It'll be minorly useful against this upcoming boss, cause at this point, Rand's physicals are just not worth a darn at all. And with that, he can help chip in.
Right, so I'm guessing I'll be fighting the lizard.
Both of them, in fact. Now, these guys hit extremely hard. They attack twice and have a 50% crit rate, but to make up for that, they're also really fragile. So just have Ryu in the normal position, and then just one-shot them with a Might spell. See, that would have worked even if it hadn't been a death blow.
Well, that was easy.
And then we skip by the other one and chase him around some more. For some reason, the run button is disabled here, which is why we're not, but it doesn't matter in the end. We're in no rush.
I like that we're just casually walking up to the villain.
Well, give him time to say his prayers. Literally, he is a priest. Also, we're gonna fall down the right side of this. There's actually a left side you could fall down if you want to take a long detour, but the treasure at the end is not worth it at all. It's one of those skull bracers that increase your chance of getting hit by the death spell. It's basically just a paperweight that you can sell, so don't bother.
Alright.
Now, in the other path was a diamond brace, which slightly decreased your chance of getting hit by the death spell, but it's only like 10%. Unlike the rainbow robe, which is really highly defensive and I think resists just about everything. And you could also get another crimson cloak, which is very lightweight. Anyone can equip it aside from maybe Rand. It resists only fire, but it's still worth getting, so if you didn't get it from the set of secret chests at the Road Chapel, that would be your chance to get it. I just didn't want to drop down and risk more encounters since I already had it.
That's fair enough. I imagine the boss fight is within reach.
It is. And do be careful to heal up if you have a fusion going, because those eye lasers will drop you down to unfused range. Ooh, does that look familiar, Skyzo?
Yeah, it does.
Who do you think it could be?
Well, can only be one thing.
Anyways, before you head into this fight, make sure you get that rainbow robe on Lean. That will just barely put her out of kill range from the Ice Blast and Fire Blast spells, because those are spells that are going to be flung around a lot, and get the speed shoes on Sten. That'll allow him to outspeed at least a few of the parts of this boss, because this is sort of... The total HP is split amongst all the targets, let's put it that way.
That almost seemed like an escape sequence.
Indeed. Of course, that's only a bother if you're going for the good ending. If you're satisfied with any ending, you can just blow it up like this.
Well, can imagine it's a good ending.
Nope, not the good ending. It's, I guess, the more neutral ending, bittersweet ending. But yeah, if you're going for the best ending, just take out all the eyes while saving the old man. Who, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, is your dad. He's been missing for 10 years. He's referring to a dragon in a town called Gate, and... yeah.
How did he not get obliterated by that dragon breath attack?
Well, he's on death's door now, so I can't fault them too much. Maybe the eyes took some of the force.
Maybe.
Anyways, if you didn't save him, you'd have to walk all the way out of the cathedral. So, let's show round 2, the one where you want to save him. Now, first of all, there's a healing eye that will always outspeed you and heal everyone for 120 HP. There's a fire eye that will do that to everyone in the party. And then there's an ice eye that will do a single target ice attack of around 100 points of damage to one target. So our main priority is to take out the fiery eye with an ice whelp, and also use a bunch of flame blasts so we can kill the chilly eye really soon, because after those two are dispensed with, this fight is helpless. The healing eye cannot attack. Actually, I think it technically can if it runs out of AP, but that's basically never gonna happen unless you're making it happen on purpose.
Alright. Well, so far it doesn't seem so bad.
This is also why we bought fire spices last episode. Also, speaking of stuff you won't normally see, if all 3 of the eyes remain alive for around 7 turns, and you somehow withstand 7 entire rounds of that, it will actually do something called Delta Attack, which is an attack that can do one of 3 things, either Fireball, Blizzard, or Valhalla, which is the upgraded version of all of those attacks, plus a Thunder Attack that can do around 200 damage, so you do not want the fight to be lasting that long. And it generally won't, thank goodness, but it is something that could happen.
Could probably catch the unexperienced player off guard.
Indeed.
Also, I enjoyed the puzzle element of this fight, where you're supposed to use something that's less offensive. You're supposed to hold back on your form so he can survive. It's clever.
Indeed. And if it's too hard, you can always just skip that with Kaiser Dragon. It's good design.
Well, it's a good option.
Anyways, since he is now alive and hasn't gotten a Dragon Blast to the face, he is now going to teleport us away instead.
Alright.
I think it's still slightly faster in a speedrun sense to kill the guy with Kaiser Dragon, but the difference is so small that speedrunners will actually intentionally take the good ending instead, just because, you know, it's a much happier ending for only a few seconds worth of time loss. I just thought that was interesting to note.
I would imagine that in the future, that time save will matter.
Maybe. But for now, we're a bunch of softies in the Breath of Fire 2 speedrunning community. Oof, being linked with a dark god, that sounds unpleasant.
Sure does.
Also, this entire cutscene, I believe, is skipped if you killed the guy, so we also get additional story content right here.
Right, but this isn't the ending, is it?
No. Ending's almost... he knows the name of our sister.
A new song. That's nice.
But yeah, I spoiled it early, but he's our dad. So, once again, a lot of emotional stuff is happening this episode, huh? If we hadn't saved him, that would have been 3 people dead in the space of just 1 episode. 4 if you include Tigga's death in the 2-parter.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Lots of people dying this episode. Well, 2 of them. Maybe 3.
Yeah. 3 to 4. And finally we get to see what happened all those years ago, when everyone forgot us. Well, actually we know the broad strokes. This creature here called Alzheimer, he told us he wiped out everyone's memories, but we didn't get to see it happen.
I like the old man on the bottom left corner just spinning.
Yeah, it looks like that's a side effect of Alzheimer's memory manipulation.
It makes you spin.
Yep. So, the big fight between Alzheimer and Goner. Or Gainer. I think it's Goner. Normally, Alzheimer is a really easy boss, and dying to him is kind of a humiliating thing, but unfortunately for Goner, he's primarily a mage, so after a few rounds of that, what was it? I think it was called, well, the old translation called it Idiot Laser, and the new translation called it Amnesia Beam. A few rounds of that, and yeah, Goner wouldn't have been able to do much of anything.
From Idiot Laser to Amnesia Beam.
Yep.
That's quite a change.
The old translation was really funny in how it named things at times. In fact, there was actually... So you know how the game will tell you when an enemy is doing a second attack?
Right, what about it?
The name for that in the old translation was Egg Beater for some reason.
Yeah, that's a high quality translation.
Yep. Anyways, that was a very eventful two-parter. And now we're gonna ratchet ourselves up for the end game, because the Dark God, he has been delayed due to the destruction of the cathedral, but he is not dead. He will eventually get out of the hole in the ground. It's just gonna take him much slower. So we have to nip that guy in the bud. In the future episodes of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2, this has been Fiona Day Quester signing out. Have a nice day, everyone, and God bless you.
Alright, bye everyone.
Bye.